General Robert E. Lee served as president of Washington and Lee from 1865 up until his death in 1870. His body is actually buried right behind me, right underneath this building. This is Lee Chapel. It sits on the Washington and Lee University campus. Today, I spoke with many Washington and Lee University law students. I asked them if they believe the university should change its name, and the ones I spoke with have very different opinions about that discussion.
Washington and Lee University is full of colonial infrastructure, lush greenery, and General Robert E. Lee's influence is everywhere you turn.
Robert E. Lee's house is right there, and I believe that this is definitely a part of history.
Peter Lucan is a second-year law student at the university. He believes the school's name is fine.
I don't think our school here should change the name whatsoever. This has never been tied to any sort of slave institution here.
Other law students don't agree.
Again, I'm a little bit conflicted, but I would lean towards the decision to say yes, go ahead and change it.
Lara is a first-year law student who didn't want to show her face on camera. She believes the university should be renamed Washington University.
It is a name that is rooted in history and tradition, and I do think it's important to be respectful of tradition to an extent. That being said, Robert E. Lee stood for some things that I certainly don't think that I stand for, that I don't necessarily think that the university stands for.
One thing these students do agree on, that the university would not be the school it is today without the help of Robert E. Lee, and you can't change its history.
That's not to say that we would have to get rid of, I know like the honor code that Washington and Lee has is something that Robert E. Lee helped found and implement, and so something like that I think is really good and is something that we should keep. But his name, I think that you can, I think it memorializes and almost deifies a man who is not really worthy of that.
I think that Robert E. Lee had a lot of influence in making the honor code and just making sure that this is a gentlemanly school and that we actually do include people and that our loyalties are in the right place.
There's no word yet on whether the university is considering a change. In Lexington, Lauren Taylor, WFXR News.